All right. Good morning. Hello and welcome. Happy Monday. So it's funny, I just said the other day that I only smoke bud and do these videos, but today is one of those days where I've got work today and so I'm actually not smoking. That's using responsibly. Um, and yeah, and that's what a bunch of people have been doing forever. Like using responsibly, being careful, being cool, driving carefully, driving safe, like knowing your limits. If you smoke too much, then you don't drive, you have someone else drive. Or just don't drive at all. I mean, and that's what we used to do up in the mountains. Is like we would have to go up like deep into the mountains to smoke bud away from the prying eyes of the police officers. Of course, there's only so much the police can do. Like they can only be so many places at once. So sometimes we'd even have people go to like opposite ends of the town. That way the police had to pick and choose which one they were going to go try to bother, or if anyone at all, because once you take it out of town, you're really kind of removing it from their problem solving set. Like it might still be their jurisdiction, but they're worried about people in town smelling it. They're worried about people in town seeing people smoking drugs and all that. You know, and especially now that they're finding out, oh, no, copyright. Now that they're finding out that neurodivergence, ADHD and autistic and like those people really benefit from cannabis, myself included. Like I've been diagnosed with ADHD. I was also diagnosed with depression and bipolar, but then went in for a second opinion and they said, no, just ADHD. He doesn't seem depressed, doesn't seem bipolar. And it's interesting because when I was diagnosed with those things the first time, it was right after a bunch of medication balancing, mismanagement, self-medicating, so there was a lot of moving pieces there. There were a lot of factors as to why, and I was lying. I was lying my butt off on the personality test. It was like asking all these questions, and then I was trying to answer truthfully for some of it, and then I was like, you know what? No, I want to make myself sound good. So I think that might have been where the bipolar came in, is because I answered it basically with two different mindsets, not being truthful, just being like, what should I say to make them get off my back? And they say they design those tests to catch stuff like that, but they also don't understand how smart some people can be and how manipulative some people can be. Like, I can say the perfect thing to make anybody smooth over their situation, and then it's like, I could turn around and, stab them in the back, steal from them, whatever. I mean, I never would. Those things, and that's why I guess I've been so convincing, is because my intentions are good through and through. Like, there's no hidden motive, oh, I'm gonna steal this person's money so I can go get this for me and my crew. No, and that's what a few weak people do. And when you get to prison, the elders will tell you right away, nah, that's weak. You shouldn't be doing that. That's punking people. And you're bringing, violence and anger towards our association. And that's when they get mad. They're like, you're making us look bad. Don't be a knack. Don't be a knack daddy. And knack is what they call a jerk or a prick or someone who just sucks. You're showing bad behavior in the moment and making poor choices and making people look bad. And so, don't be a knack daddy. And people try not to be. So, and we're not always going to bring our best selves, and that's what people understand as well. Like, you're going to have bad days. So there's going to be, the stars are going to align to kick you in the nuts, basically, every now and then. And it's how you handle it. And my voice just cracked there a little bit. But it is. It's all about how you handle it, how you problem solve, how you act dynamically when faced with other problems, And that's all life is just a series of problem solving. Like, how am I going to fix this particular problem? And how am I going to fix this particular problem? So, come on, Tally. I was just smashing windows. Love it. There we go. I love cheesy poofs. You love cheesy poofs. I mean, they are delicious. The actual cheesy poofs that you get from the store. Like cheese puffs. Cheetos, too, but, I mean, I imagine South Park being up in the mountains, for a while there, they might not have gotten great shipments of product and food, and so you get what you get. When I was back up in Buena Vista last summer, it was bittersweet. It was depressing, but it was fun. It's because I still love my town, but good God, it's small. There's nothing going on. The highlight of the day is seeing somebody drive down Main Street that you don't recognize. You're like, hey, there's someone new. And that's it. That's the exciting part of your day. We, I love cheesy poos. You love cheesy poos. Well, there goes my shield. Thanks, guy. Okay. But anyways, so I'm getting shadow banned on X app, which is not fun, and I think it only appears on certain things, but for Homeland Security's posts, enough people have reported my comments that so now my visibility is restricted. I've noticed that one comment I said, which, proper law enforcement training is where, and let's talk about that for a sec. So back to the Renee Goods murder and death, however you want to look at it. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Those officers were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And those officers were not following proper training for a traffic stop. Of course, that wasn't a good traffic stop, so there could be arguments either way for that. But if you approach a vehicle that is stopped, that has a driver with the keys in the ignition, which now cars work to where you don't need to have the key in the ignition. You just need to be near the vehicle with the keys in your pocket for a lot of vehicles to go. And so now, if there's the driver of the vehicle behind the wheel, you have to assume that that vehicle can move. And so that driver or that officer was an idiot, and here's why. Because I watched the video from multiple angles. I mean, again, the lady shouldn't have been there, and I am not saying that, I'm not trying to justify her actions of unpeaceful protest, of impeding a peace officer, and all the different ways that they're going to explain that, because that is the truth. Like, these people had a job to do. They were looking for somebody that they were investigating to pick up. And this is the part that I don't know for sure. I've heard that she lived there, that was in front of her house, that like the person that they were trying to pick up was one of her neighbors, and she knew the person, and so she was trying to protect her neighbor, which, and don't get me wrong with that either. I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, I mean, if you're trying to protect your neighbor from getting kidnapped and processed without due process, because this is not following due process, which is supposed to be what everybody in this country is afforded by the Constitution. It is very clear, like the Constitution is very clear when it's talking about citizens and people. It will say citizen or person, like period. That's it. Like it says that because there are certain rights, like being president, that you have to have citizenship for. Now, whether you're a natural born citizen, I think that's actually the terminology. I don't think you can be naturalized after the fact, but I could be wrong. And honestly, I think all voting should be restricted to only citizens. That's fair, especially just like plain citizens, let alone natural born citizens. Like, I don't know if there should be that distinction, because the thing is like when you're born somewhere, you have a certain affinity for that area, that you have an appreciation for that area on like the basic level of your being. And so if you just go to some other place, you could willy-nilly be the leader of some other place you don't care about as much, and you could lead it right into the ground and be like, meh, I'm going home. And that's what people know from, centuries and millennia. Like, so they try to restrict it. They're like, nope, only Americans can be president. Only Americans can be the absolute leader. And even then, we don't want the absolute leader to be able to do anything really. We just want them to be able to do certain things and then have other governing bodies check and balance this. Huh. I was like a bot for sure. They walked up all stealthy, didn't try to hide or nothing. I like the doubles, but yeah, let's see what else. There's some noises going on. Gotta be careful doing this. I died jumping into a pit once. I thought it was a safe place to do, and I hurtled over the side like into one of these, and I fell without grabbing the... Oh, it's Tally. Okay, Tally's making some noises. Oh, Tally doesn't get the stealth. That's alright. Wait. I can what? High five. What? I haven't been high-fiving Towley this whole time? Oh man, I've been slacking. Alright, so what else we got in here? I mean, this is a pretty safe place for the circle, and I do gotta keep an eye on the time. Like, I am... So, this is one thing I love about my job. I work from home for the first part, like, of every day. And, like, I'll wake up, I'll start checking to see if there's any, like, emergency messages, if anybody pinged me directly, which is annoying because some people have been abusing the system because they're idiots. No, seriously, I say that. My one coworker is a complete idiot, and I've told him that, like, and it's just, he's like an anti-empath. It's like, if he's worried about something about himself, he will make himself comfortable before every last person around him. He is the opposite of a leader. Now, a leader makes sure everybody is comfortable around him or her. You know, I should say around them, because women should, or can and should be leaders too. That's the whole point I keep saying when, like, you know, my pastor growing up was not only a woman, but a lesbian woman, as far as I was concerned. I didn't realize she wasn't a lesbian, but that's besides the point. I thought she was a lesbian, so I was like, hey, lesbians can be leaders too. Like, we could have a lesbian president. That would not faze me one bit. I'd be like, oh, okay. You know? Like, okay. That's a person. And, you know, I've had several lesbians in my life and women in my life, just, you know, not lesbians, but like, you know, that have proven that they can be authoritative figures, informative, logical, you know, think on their feet. Like, it just, and it sucks that I have to say that, but if you look, like, it's historically a sausage fest, our leadership, and it's not good. Like, we got a bunch of dummies, like, hey, let's go to war, it makes money, and oh, I'm not gonna see this. A bunch of poor people are gonna die so I can drive a new Rolls Royce. Ha ha ha, I'm worth hundreds of billions, blah, 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 blah. How is a purge not gonna happen? Like, seriously. And I'm trying to prevent that. I'm trying to smooth things over before there is a whole regime overhaul. Because all it's going to take is, like, you know, all of the MAGA and people to understand, like, just how filthy rich, you know, Trump got off of all this stuff and is continuing to get. And he's not sugarcoating it. He's saying it. He's bragging about it constantly. Like, look how much money I have. I'm worth hundreds of billions. What have you done with your life? And it's like, how'd you get those hundreds of billions? Oh, my father ripped off people, and, like, you know, there's... How do I... I'm stuck. This is a dangerous position to be in. I need to get out of here. Oh! Oh, I'm in the bunker thing. Okay. Ah. You gonna do that? There we go. Nice. I love cheesy pills, you love cheesy pills. I'll take that, actually. I like the pistol, but this one, it's pretty good. Like, it is like an assault rifle. It's a second assault rifle that uses different ammo. So, it's really good. It's like having two longer range weapons, or medium to long range weapons. Then I have a really long range, poke them from very far away. Which I need more ammo. So anyways, back to the XApp dilemma. I'm going to have to upgrade my ranks. And that's the thing, is like the more that you engage and use the platform, the more legitimacy you have. And I feel like every successful thing and every like that you get, like, raises your, like, a score that you have. I'd be interested to see the algorithm. And I'm pretty sure Elon has made it open source. Like, he's like, here's the algorithm for XApp. Like, this is how you can tell what's going to do better and what's not. And there's people that study it and, like, you know, do the different things. And even if you don't have access to the behind-the-scenes algorithm of what the code's actually doing, you can guess from observation, like, oh, this post got a lot of views, and oh, this post didn't get many views. And, you know, and you just, like, rinse and repeat and continue to do these things until you've got a pretty good feel for what, like, it is that people want to see. And they're using this data, too. Like, there are entire war rooms and people, and that's the... If anything, that should tip you off that this is a whole, like, messy situation, is that they keep calling it a war room, even though it's just to get someone elected. Like, who are you at war with? You're at war with Americans? That's a traitor right there. So Trump is a traitor for trying to go to war with the American people. That is treason, by the way. And anybody who swears the oath swears to protect all Americans, not just the ones you like, and so rallying a war room against him, he should be in prison for treason, like, right, just from that, just because he wants to talk that stupid crap. But no. Oh, did you see that? And that's real. They got fake cameras that look like cacti out there, but there aren't any other cacti. What are you doing? Down with the system. Oh, I'm just kidding. Don't actually really do that. I mean, we got to change the system by using logic and reason and debunking religious arguments too. Like, the dude sold Bibles, yet he's totally cool killing people. Like, Jesus is not going to forgive him. He is excommunicated to hell for every single murder that he's caused. And I'm sorry, creating the Department of War and sending them off to kill people, the blood is on your hands because you told them to do that with the authority that the people have given to you. And I'm talking right to Donald right now. Donald, you're going to hell, bud. Like, you're so going to hell. There's no saving you at this point. You are so far gone that everything you do is now condemning other people to hell that you suck into your vortex with them. You know? Now, we don't know if hell is real or not, so we got to make it hell on earth for him. And nothing violent, nothing illegal, just continually remind him of what an absolute garbage human he is. And so I'm going to be doing a whole series on just that, and it is going to be offensive, but it's going to hold up to scrutiny. People that look at it are going to be like, well, he's got a point. You know, you're really not supposed to be doing this, or this. And if it was a scorecard, like a scoring game, I mean, the dude thinks he's going to get a Nobel Prize for the President of Peace. Like, yeah, I believe he believes that, but it's not true. Like, you know, he's actually stirring up another war, trying to instigate conflicts, and he's like under the guise of, I'm the President of Peace. I'm peaceful. No, this can't be wrong. I'm the President of Peace. Like, and if you say a lie enough, people are going to start believing it, but it's still a lie. You can't put lipstick on a pig and make it anything other than a pig, except maybe a pig that has lipstick on it. Like, you can't put lipstick on a sinner and think that sin is okay when everything that the Bible says is like, no, that's not okay. You're going to hell. And that's if you believe the Old Testament. If you just don't follow in the New Testament, I think it still talks about like hell and lake fire or whatever, but like, well, let's go check this out. Some street art. Yes. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, when I was in Vietnam, I was walking around taking all sorts of pictures of their street art. Some is good and some is bad, but the funny thing is even the bad stuff is still good because you know somebody was like probably in a hurry, maybe there was a cop coming all quick and like they had to book it and like they couldn't be there anymore. And so it's like rushed art. Alright, come on, Tally. Yep, there is somebody. So anyways, I'm going to just continue to build materials and pressure Donald until he repents and stops sinning, because he's got a long way to go. And then he's about to have dementia here soon too. So like, if he doesn't get saved, that's the whole wacky water weasel conundrum from South Park. Like, you know, do retarded people go to hell? And like, and I mean retarded as in like handicapped, mentally handicapped, like actually, I mean, in fact, I don't even like saying that word. It is the R word. Let's not say it anymore. But if they are disabled or handicapped or somewhere other able, I mean, there's a bunch of better terms out there for it. And I have family that work in, which I haven't talked to them for a while. So like, even saying that, don't quote me on that, because I have family that works in special education. That just means that I grew up with them, you know, saying maybe don't say that, or maybe you could say that a different way if I ever said something like that. Like, I can't remember any specifics, but that is just what they would do. Having worked around people like that all the time, is they would not want to hurt their feelings. And that's fair. Like, imagine if it was you, and if you were somehow incapacitated, like your legs or your brain, and I've had that too. Like when I was doing those psychotropics for a bit there, my brain stopped working for a sec. I was seeing words and letters as like Asian symbols and stuff. They just didn't make sense. Like, and they actually physically changed too. That was a scary thing. Like, I hate the building. Yeah, got a crown. Well, shoot. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's a lot of people like analyzing it, this right, this and that, but hmm. Fall in all sorts of police departments and just keeping an eye on the people keeping an eye on people. So, oh wait, let's play again one more quick round. I mean, we have a crown, but so anyways, yeah, here's a completely well, people say sober, but cannabis is a medication, and and I have a healthy dose of it in my system at all times, which is funny because when I travel to other countries, like I feel like there is kind of like a thing where, yes, technically, if they stopped you and tested your blood, having it in your system, I think is illegal. At least for now. I mean, Russia arrested that Brittany Griner or whatever. Of course, Brittany, why are you being so stupid bringing a bunch of like THC concentrate to like Russia? Like, just wait for a couple of weeks. Just don't do it while you're there. And like, that was a dumb thing to do. And so, 'cause that's what I do. And I travel for like several weeks at a time in several different countries. And I never, ever try to smoke it or use it abroad. Like, that's just dumb. I mean, I will go through the discomfort of waiting until I get back to Colorado where it's legal. Like, that's fine. That's fine. I can go, and that's how you know it's not physically addictive. It's mentally addictive as hell because it's so nice and pleasant that, like, why would anybody want? It's like not drinking milk, even if you really like milk. Like, it's not really hurting anybody else. I mean, you might have like a little bit of a stomach issue if you drink too much milk, but like, are you really hurting the person next to you? Well, so it's not completely like weed because weed smoke does tend to bother people around you a little bit. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, now I'm retracing my steps. So like I work in IT and that's kind of one of the frustrating things is like I do a lot more than well, I should probably, but that's like every job. I mean, we kind of all joke about it, but I literally do. Like if you do if we did an audit, I forget what they're called, but they're like a job audit or an efficiency audit. Um, you'll find out that not only am I doing my job, I'm also doing the other dude's job. Like a lot of times, I deploy all hardware. I'm technically the security guy. I'm the most trained. Actually, the only one. Well, we wouldn't need to go that far, but I am the highest trained in computer science on my IT team. That's embarrassing because like, and the work I'm doing is like, support, help ticket stuff, like the tier one stuff, but also the security, the hardware deployment, the asset management, oh God, like training. I train everybody in the company. Um, so, but nope, still low end on the totem pole, and you better stay there. I'm just kidding. Like, and I've already voiced my grievances, and it's actually been known. And I think there is some adjustment going on. I think we might see some duties shifting, or I might get fired. I mean, there's that possibility, but I mean, there are literally hundreds and thousands of people that'll vouch for my work now. Can't say the same for the other guy. In fact, there's quite the opposite. A lot of people are saying, I don't know if that guy actually does anything. And that's a problem. And I do have management experience. I was an assistant manager for a Subway for 3 years, almost 4 years, I think. I had keys to 3 different Subway stores. Um, and I was basically offered a store of my own if I wanted to continue. I just wanted to say, hey, I want to continue, and I never did. I was like, hey, I'm actually going to go back to college and try to get a desk job, and which I was going to college during the last like couple of years. In fact, it got so bad to the point where I only worked Sunday mornings, but I managed it. Like I opened the store, baked all the bread, got the people in line and everything, and near the end there, I think some of the workers were getting a little mad at me because I was only there one day a week, but I was in school full time. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was doing school. So it's like, You know, I'm sorry. Like, stop. Ah. Yeah, that was a bot. Didn't realize that he was getting shot through the window. Thought, you know, the wall was there, but it wasn't a wall. That's interesting. Of course, could have been a normal person, just didn't realize that I could shoot through a window, but I doubt it. Like, the way that they build and everything, it's kind of telling, like, what's a bot and what's a human. And again, that's fine. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love that there's bots because it makes it to where it's not so lonely playing games. Like, you know, StarCraft used to be where, like, you end up playing with, like, the same people over and over. And that's where it got bad, because then you start building up animosity towards specific players, and you recognize them and start talking smack, and be like, oh, it's so-and-so again, and, like, you know, and have just some kind of rivalry and bad blood. Yeah, StarCraft was wild. Like, it got pretty bad sometimes. So, yeah, the world is a crazy place, and it's only, all it is it's greed. It's literally greed. It's the people, the haves fighting the have-nots. The have-nots are starting to realize, or have always realized, that there was something off, but now they're especially realizing it. And the wealth inequality is just getting so bad, and people are constantly, like, worrying about everything, like, you know, can I afford an education? Can I afford to get sick? Oh, wait, no. No. No, stop it. How do I turn the radio off? There we go. It's triangle. Because that is definitely copyright. Did you see that was Mac Miller? That wasn't one of their, like, sometimes they have built-in songs where it's like, oh, okay, it's just you're going to listen to whatever Fortnite made. And that's fine, because it's Fortnite's game. Like, it's their song. That's okay. But there we go. I got a lot of hits on that one. It's amazing how many times I hit him. What up, Marshall Mathers? Actually, I'm going to just run down there and get it because I don't want to try to drive down there and then drive back up. Waste all that gas just to go do what I can just do here. I want that and some ammo. All right. Doing pretty good. I got 33 for the 33rd degree Freemasons. Now, that's the funny thing is, like, I might be an honorary Freemason if all this stuff takes off. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I want to believe that the Freemasons are an order for good, but, you know, I don't know. I've only read about them in books. Like, I have a friend who was a Freemason. I don't know if he still is. But I am the architect of peace, mutually assured construction. And that's what I'm striving to do. Here we go. Where'd my car go? There. Let's go get his loot. Yeah, and I need to get ready for work. I need to shower, eat something, but it's cool because, like, I just have, like, a little short meeting. Like, it's our, you know, our come together meeting, and then I'm onboarding somebody virtually, and then I'll be in the office, and then yeah. So by the time people see this, they'll be like, oh shoot, we could have robbed his house and blah blah blah. But not really, because I have cameras and my neighbors watch my house. So yeah, that's why it's good to be nice to your neighbors. You know, I watch their houses too. So someone just fled from here. I'm gonna go get that supply drop. Just to get gold. It's funny. I'm just getting gold that doesn't matter. It's just gonna keep disappearing and reappearing. And that's the thing, like, I am working on getting some fundraising going for my channels, so I can have some money. That's nice. I mean, I do have a job, but it could definitely pay more, especially for the amount of work that I do. And that's such a bad thing to say normally, but it is accurate in this one. And how do I know? Because I actually talked to my predecessor about it. I asked him, I was like, hey, does this sound fair? And he was like, absolutely not. That is not fair at all. I'm sorry that's happening. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So I just got, what is that? Validified? Validated. There you go. Validated. Validated that my concerns were accurate, that I was doing too much work for my role, and the other person was not doing nearly enough, and he's being a general prick about it. So, and I've told him to his face, I don't like it. I don't care for it. I feel like you bailed on me several times. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, and if people ask, I'm going to roll my eyes and be like, he's not a serious person. There we go. Oh, he still got me once. Ooh. Thank you. I don't even have to reload. Oh, actually, I needed to reload this one. Okay. Well. I guess I could have waited until... Oh, no, there we go. I got 3,000 gold. That's not going to matter. Ooh, it's this one. I can get a wingsuit. Oh, I can't buy it. I don't have enough money now. Huh. Alright. Well, I could just come back to this gas station and get... Elevate yourself, yes. I'm gonna mark that. Alright, yeah, now I definitely gotta go. I got like half an hour to get cleaned up and eat something. Ah, oh, they used the rift. The final storm, what does that mean? Yeah. What up, Tally? Hey, let's do a high five. Yeah. Don't forget to bring a towel. So, I don't know. Like, the world's a messed up place, but basically I'm working on getting my own life sorted. I don't want to have to deal with that nonsense in my work, like, 'cause I do an amazing job. I've got literally hundreds of people saying that. Like, and that's not an exaggeration. Like, we hire a whole new faculty every semester, and I train a lot of the faculty and the staff every semester. So that's at least like 50 people I'd say I help. No, at least, at minimum. Uh-oh. Okay, someone was shooting me. There we go. Oh, the gnomes! Look at the gnomes! I have a couple gnomes. I have one Gary that hangs around my house. Uh-oh. Where is he? Ah, there's all this treasure with the gnomes. I thought I saw another one. So someone over there. There they are. Got him! Oh no. I love cheesy poos. You love cheesy poos. So there's 5 people. Oh man, I really gotta hurry up though. Okay. Ah, all right, that's fine. I gotta get to work, so I'm gonna go shower and eat, then get on the meeting, and then. All right, let's see. All right, so ta-ta for now. I'll see you in the next one. Happy South Park, happy Monday. I'll see you there. I'll probably do some more tonight, but I've got a government meeting. Whoo, because I'm trying to get into politics, so I'm doing some government stuff tonight. Not officially, not in any official capacity, just as an observer and as a citizen. So it's exciting. But anyways, ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one.